It's another beautiful day for baseball at the Vet. Final BP for the Phillies starters as they get ready to take on the Mets. A bit tough on the Phillies the last couple of nights. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Phillies Weekly. I'm Dave Sims. Thanks for joining us. A 3-3 week for the Phillies, playing well in Colorado and St. Louis. A different story with New York in town. Phillies start the day a game and a half behind the second-place Mets. Today's pitching matchup has veteran right-hander Orel Hershiser out of Cherry Hill East High School throwing for New York. Hershiser makes his first regular season appearance against the Phillies since '93 when he was with the Dodgers. Now, Hershiser will be opposed by the Phillies' Paul Byrd, who faces one of his former teams. He looks to extend his personal two-game winning streak. Byrd has a 4-2 record, 3.59 ERA, and Bird's won 2 of his last 3 outings. And in that span, he's pitched to a 2.74 ERA. So here's a look at the matchup. 40-year-old Orel Hershiser, 2-3 with a 6.75 ERA, 22 earned runs in 29 innings against Paul Byrd, who's 2-0 lifetime against the New York Mets. Let's get some more on this pitching matchup from a couple of guys who I know have been heavily into the coffee after last night's 3-hour, 53-minute, 9-7 Phils loss. Chris Wheeler and Larry Anderson. Guys?
All right, Dave, thanks a lot. We are wide awake. Can't wait to get started over here at Veterans Stadium. Both Larry Anderson and I just love day games. Can't wait to get started on this baby this afternoon. Let's talk about that pitching matchup, Andy, because you have two guys similar. Neither of them throw real hard. They have to spot the ball. What do you look for from them this afternoon?
Well, I think from Paul Byrd, he just got to pitch like he has been. They desperately need to get some innings out of Paul Byrd. He's got great numbers. I think he's been pitching very well, and they need him big today. He's got to step up for him. On the other hand, Orel Hershiser has not been throwing that well for the Mets. It's going to be interesting, you know, coming out here against Orel as it kind of spurned the Phillies this winter when they want him to come here. Now they got a chance to get back at him for not coming to this ball club. But Orel, he's one of those guys. He's pitched well at Veterans Stadium. He has not pitched great over his career against the Phillies, but it should be a good matchup.
Well, we had the battle of the bullpens, and the New York Mets just have a great bullpen, especially 4 of those guys. When you get in there late, Phillies want to stay away from that if at all possible today. Now, after the ball game last night, some changes made in the bullpen. Jeff Brantley back with the Phillies. I mean, it just seems amazing that he could be back in pitching again.
Well, after having 2 doctors say he needs surgery and then going to a third, getting a third opinion, and having Dr. Andrews say, well, let's just give you a shot. I mean, the Phillies, I think, are excited. They're ecstatic, but I think Terry Francona is just going to have to wait and see, you know, play it by ear as to how they use Jeff Brantley. But I really believe that although they let go Kenny Ryan, which I know was hard for Terry Francona, it's going to be a big reassurance for the other guys in the bullpen. It's going to be that net under the tightrope, having Brantley behind him versus kind of taking guys out of the roles that they're used to. I think it's going to be a big help to the Phillies bullpen to have them out there.
Well, Sunday afternoon over here at Veterans Stadium, Phillies looking to get 1 out of this 3-game series with the New York Mets. Back to you, Dave, and more of Phillies Weekly.
All right, thank you, Chris and Larry. Last night, a real tough loss for the Phillies. Mets rally from a 6-run hole to beat the Phillies by the final of 9-7. Let's go back just a few hours ago. Take a look. First inning, nice and easy swing by Ron Gant. Launches a 3-run homer off of Al Leiter. Gant's 5th of the year. Phillies with a big 4-0 lead. Top 5, and Terry Francona's watching his club hold on to a 6-5 lead, but not anymore. Brian McRae goes deep. A solo shot off of Carlton Lower. Game tied at 6. Still in the 6th inning, Edgardo Alfonso gives New York its first lead of the night, singling right through the box against Ken Ryan. Roger Cedeno scores. It's 7-6 Mets. The Mets keep the pressure on. 2 on, no outs. And Ryan, you know what? He's going to get a break right here. With the runners moving, Mike Piazza hits a bullet to Alex Arias for 1 out, over to Kevin Jordan for the 2nd, tag the runner for the 3rd. It's a triple play, inning over. In the 8th, Phillies have the tying run on 3rd, but Scott Rowland gets fooled by Armando Benitez. Rowland did go, strike 3, threat over. Mets beat the Phillies 9-7, moving to within a half game of first place Atlanta in the NL East. Here are 2 of the bright spots, however, for the Phillies this past week. The pitching of Curt Schilling and Paul Byrd. Now, the numbers there, 9 innings across for both. 4 earned runs, 3 for Byrd. Strikeouts good, and Byrd walked 2. Schilling didn't walk anybody. Not too bad. Now for a look back at last week's highlights, here are the plays of the week.
A lot of deep thoughts from that big left-hander. The wind might knock this down. It might not. No, it's not going to knock it down. Yes, it is. It did knock it down, and a great catch by Doug Glanville.
Wow.
Taking a home run away from Vinny Castilla. Bunts it up in the air, foul. Oh, great play by Scott Rowland. Oh, mercy.
How does he do that stuff?
I don't know. He had no chance on that ball. A great play in foul ground by Scott Rowland. Well hit to right field. It's got a chance. This ball game's tied. Walker didn't even move. Opposite field home run, Ron Gant. And we are tied at 8-8.
Run.
To the opposite field, it's well hit, well hit. Could it be? It is out of here. Home run, Rob Ducey. And the Phillies have regained the lead.
Mean at that time.
Oh, that's well hit by Desi. Well hit. It is out of here into the Phillies bullpen. Phillies now lead it 10-8. Unbelievable.
Tie game, there it goes. Number 7 for Big Mac. It's 2-2.
That's not something we haven't seen before.
Line his first time up. Deep to left field. Back goes Langford. Still going back. Back at the wall. Gone. Home run. Scott Rowland, his 9th of the year. And the Phillies tie it at 4-4. Yeah. Jordan down the line. Fair or foul. It's a fair ball going to the corner. Bronya scores. Gant being waved around. Hill scored. Kevin Jordan with a 2-run double. And the Phillies regain the lead just like that by 2. Deep to left field. Back she goes. Wow. 3-run home run, Mike Lieberthal. Phillies are back in this one. 4-3 now, Cardinals.
Just a lot of time.
Doster to left center field. This ball's hit well. It is gone. Yeah. And just like that, the Phillies have a 1-run lead. They gave him that lead.
Ground ball to second should be the ball game, and is. Phillies win by a score of 8-4. Kurt Schilling leads the National League and wins now with 6 of them. Long drive. Watch this baby out of here. Onto the press level, or is that upper deck? That's an upper deck shot. And he pops it into shallow left field. A long run for Bayani, and it gets by him. Heading back to the corner. Is he going to try it? He's going to try it. Rounding third. Here he comes. He circles the bases. Does Bobby Abreu. They can't very well give him an error on it. That might be an inside the park home run.
Hey fans, surprising news concerning the Phillies closer Jeff Brantley. He may get to play a big role in the bullpen yet. Those details coming up here on Phillies Weekly. But before we go to break, how about a little brain teaser for you? Can you name the current Met coach who was part of the 7-player deal in 1969 between the Phillies and the St. Louis Cardinals, which involved Dick Allen, Tim McCarver, and Curt Flood? Stay tuned. We'll have that answer a little bit later in our show.
The Daily News condemns Marty Weinberg's negative ads as racially tinged. The Inquirer says he's out to exploit the racial divide with false and vicious attacks on John F. Street. Philadelphia deserves better. As council president, Street helped lead our city forward with strength and dignity. That's why Mayor Rendell and all the papers have endorsed him. Now, the choice is ours. The politics of the past or a leader for our future. John F. Street for mayor.
Hey, Keith, it's me, Scott Rowland. Listen, I really appreciate you coming to the game today. Say it, have you noticed the back window of your truck? My fault, man, but the ball was just hanging there, and the park just couldn't hold it. But look on the bright side. At least you got a souvenir.
The Sixers made the magic disappear.
Forget about it.
Now it's time to take down the Pacers.
Gets it back from McKee. Yes!
Allen Iverson.
Leads and scores. 2 more. Got 2 and a foul.
Theo Ratliff.
Yes!
Your 76ers are ready. Are you?
It's going to be a timeout for Larry Bird. You can bet on it.
Sixers, Pacers in round 2, game 1. Monday night at 6:30 on UPN 57.
That shirt I gave you? Yeah? I never paid for it. Tamara gets in hot water. 5-finger discount all the way. When a friend sets her up. Oh my gosh, you're totally psycho. So you better keep quiet. Or I'll tell on you. But has she beat the rap? I didn't steal any of it. I swear. Or is she going up the river? You believe me. Don't you, Daddy?
Give me the police.
Sister.
Tomorrow at 6 on UPN 57.
This was the scene before Friday's Phillies game. Chris Pendergast, the founder of Ride for Life, is promoting awareness of ALS. He and others were honored by the Phillies organization. Ride for Life is an annual 320-mile trip from Yankee Stadium to the Capitol Building in Washington, D.C., made by people stricken with ALS. They race powered scooters and stop at several cities to help provide information about Lou Gehrig's disease. Another good sight to see on Saturday at the Vet was the return of closer Jeff Brantley. Originally expected to miss 4 months, the Phillies activated the right-hander and designated fellow reliever Ken Ryan for assignment. Now, Brantley only missed 2 weeks of action, having been sidelined since April 29th with a slight tear in his pitching shoulder. He began the season saving each of the Phillies' first 4 victories. Before the Phillies made the official announcement, Brantley knew he was ready to return.
Everything has it's kind of worked itself out. I don't know if you want to call it a miracle or not, but you know, I'm convinced of the fact that my shoulder really feels great. I've thrown the last 2 times, both Monday and Wednesday, off the mound, 50-something pitches, full speed, breaking balls, fastballs, splits. I mean, without any problem. I'm actually throwing the ball harder now than I was before, and it's just it's a real good feeling knowing that I'm going to be back out there pitching.
Now, the news from the Phil's minor leagues is not so good. It concerns #1 draft choice Pat Burrell. It's now time for our weekly look at the Phillies minor league system and our focus on the farm. Now, for the week ending May 9th, Pat Burrell was named Phillies minor league player of the week. He had 478 for the week with 3 home runs and 7 RBI. 2 of them came in this game here against the Trenton Thunder. But on Monday against Binghamton, Burrell injured his left knee. And it happened on this play. Tagging up from third, the throw from right field nails him at the plate, and Burrell injures that left knee. He's listed day-to-day and hasn't played since Monday. Now here's a weekly check on 3 of the Phillies' most promising prospects. Randy Wolf struggling a little bit now at 4-3 with a 3.08 ERA at Scranton. Pat Burrell, his numbers impressive. Eric Valent at Class A Clearwater, 257 with 5 dingers and 29 RBI. Now here's how the Phillies minor league affiliates are doing. Scranton in first place in AAA in the International League. AA, it's Reading in 3rd place, Clearwater in 3rd place as well. And in A-League ball, Piedmont is also in 3rd place. Now still to come here on Phillies Weekly, Harry Callis' conversation with Phil's center fielder Doug Glanville. We'll be right back.
The Philadelphia Inquirer has confirmed the truth about John White's management. The Inquirer: it's true that the Department of Housing gave White's PHA a failing grade for 3 years. The Inquirer confirms White voted to raise the wage tax to the highest in America, confirms White's daycare program was plagued by confusion, and cites federal auditors that under White, contracts were given with the appearance of favoritism. The Philadelphia Inquirer confirms the truth about John White's management.
You have a feeling it's your transmission, but you're not sure. You want to ask someone, but you don't know who. At AMCO, they've been answering transmission questions for as long as they've been fixing them. That's over 35 years. What's that noise? What does that drip mean? Is it even my transmission? It's all very good questions. Call the experts at AMCO and get some very good answers. Call 1-800-GO-AMCO, AA-MCO.
It's Thumb Wars Tuesday on UPN. Let's give them hell! First, it's Mo's 18th birthday, and all her old boyfriends are invited.
It's gonna be raining men.
Hallelujah! Including Usher. So which guy's gonna get the thumbs up from Mo?
Yeah, who's it gonna be? Yeah, Mo, who do you want?
Find out on an all-new Moesha. Then on an all-new Clueless. The big secret is finally revealed.
I can't live this lie anymore.
And everyone's in for a shock. And don't miss the world premiere of Thumb Wars.
Tuesday, starting at 8 on UPN 57.
Thumb Wars is coming. It's Thumb Wars, the Phantom Cuticle.
I'm sorry, what was that last part?
I said it's Thumb Wars, the Phantom Cuticle, and it's coming soon. Which just happens to be the night before the big Star Wars premiere.
What's your middle name? Scooby-Dooby. Ooby-Doob, Scooby-Dooby, Badooby?
If you see only one Star Wars spoof this year, see Thumb Wars, the Phantom Cuticle.
Tuesday at 9:30 on UPN 57.
A little more than 15 minutes away from first pitch at the Vet. The Phillies look to salvage a game out of this 3-game series against the New York Mets. Welcome back, everybody. Phil's center fielder Doug Glanville is having a fine early season, hitting .321 after a 3-for-5 performance last night against the Mets. Glanville's also getting the job done with his glove. Here's Harry Callis' sit-down with Doug.
Thanks, Dave. I'm here at Veterans Stadium with Phillies center fielder Doug Glanville. And Doug, you know, the Phillies wanted you to maybe get on base a little more, take a few more walks after last season. You didn't walk a whole lot. You're doing that. Is that consciously?
Well, I wouldn't say it's consciously. I just think, you know, my goal this offseason just try to improve overall in a lot of aspects of my game. And I think discipline at the plate is something that I try to work on. But I think it's only something that develops just by experience. It's not something you can, like, consciously decide. So, you know, I've been seeing the ball pretty well. And overall, I think I've improved in that area.
You're in the leadoff hole, and yet the team leader in runs batted in. Are you surprised by that?
Yeah, well, that's definitely not my job, but I found out last year that as a leadoff guy, you tend to get a lot of opportunities to knock in runs, especially if the 7 and 8 hole hitter are hitting well. So Desi started off well, and you have Bobby and Mike down there. I mean, it was a great situation, a great opportunity, and I've had situations where I've been able to get them in.
Now, last year you hit over 300 in the first half, slightly under 250 in the second half. Anything to remedy that? Was it just a matter of getting tired physically?
I don't know. I mean, a lot of people have asked me about it. I don't think there's anything I can pinpoint. I think it's a series of things, and I'm going to try to address a lot of different areas for this season, and hopefully that won't happen again. But I feel good about it. I feel a lot more relaxed and calmer and a lot less stressed about this year, being that I've had a year to get comfortable, so I think that's going to help.
Of course, you take a lot of pounding on this turf in center field, running down fly balls and that sort of thing. Do you need an occasional day off?
Well, I think it's something I've talked to Terry about. I think I like to be out there every day, especially, you know, it's been a long road to get here, and you don't want to ever come out of the lineup. But, you know, I understand now that I have a little more security with the organization. I feel like, you know, whatever's best for the team. And if I need the rest, so I'm there for September, I'm going to definitely take advantage of it.
Besides that leadoff hole in the offense, of course, you catch fly balls with the best of them. One of the great plays this year was taking a home run away from Vinny Castilla. Was that your best play ever?
Well, it might be up there. I've never done that professionally, that's for sure. And it was just one of the situations I kept running for the ball, and the wind was blowing in a little bit, and I was able to time it just right, and it was there. So it was a great feeling, and seemed like the fans liked it, and I had a great time doing it.
You know, Ron Gann, we talked to Ron Gann, and he credits you with, Gann has played a really good left field, and he says with your presence in center field, he knows what he has to cover, and he credited you. You and Ron and Bobby Abreu appear to work well out there.
Yeah, we're still filling each other out, but definitely, I mean, Ron's done a great job out there. He covers a lot of ground, he communicates well, and that's all you can ask, because, you know, I don't really have to always yell at him to position him. He's always moving around. And with his experience, he knows the hitters a lot better just from playing for a longer time. So sometimes he'll say, hey, no, stay over here or go here. So we work really well over there, and I think it's going to be an asset to the team, the defense, and the outfield.
Doug, it's a grinding schedule, and of course, you being a graduate of the University of Pennsylvania, I know there are many demands on your time. And I know you gave of yourself so much last year. Are you trying to say no this year a little bit once in a while?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, and I had a great time at the university, and they've been wonderful, and so many opportunities out there for me to do things off the field. But I think, you know, the number one thing is my career and my job and to perform well, and I think the other stuff will always be there. So I think it's just a matter of learning to balance it and picking my spots and when to do things and when to really address my personal time. You have to have your own space to relax and get away from the game and not be the baseball player all the time. So, you know, I think I've been able to do that, and you know, you say no and you say yes to certain things, and I think it's going to be something that's going to help me as a player too.
Doug, thanks very much. Continued success.
Okay, thanks a lot, HK.
Doug Glanville, Phillies center fielder, our guest. And now let's go back to Dave Sims and Phillies Weekly. Dave?
All right, thank you, Harry. 1999 has all the makings of a career year for Doug Glanville. Look at his numbers so far this season compared to his career high. 99 career high, look at that, 321. His career high, 300. And right down the list, he is definitely on track. And this is only through 35 games, which is less than 25% of the total season. Not too bad. You know, it was a history-making week for baseball. In Colorado on Tuesday night, starting pitcher Bobby Jones posted a win, and starting pitcher Bobby Jones posted a loss. It was the first matchup in 100 years where starting pitchers where the same first and last names faced each other. Now, the Rockies' Bobby M. Jones beat the Mets' Bobby J. Jones, but they weren't the only ones who made history. Monday night, the Mariners at Red Sox. Bottom of the first inning, bases juiced. Nomar Garciaparra facing Brent Hinchcliffe. Takes him over the wall the other way, deep right field. It's a grand slam. Garciaparra's third home run of the season, 4-1 Boston. Next at bat, one on, and again he goes to right field. Curves just inside the fair pole, two-run shot. Garciaparra has 5 ribbies for the night. Then in the 8th, Garciaparra stepped to the plate trying to become just the 11th player in Major League Baseball history to hit 2 grand slams in a game. And you know what? He did it against Eric Weaver, no doubt about it, over the Green Monster. Garciaparra's second salami of the game, his third home run, 10 RBI on the night. Red Sox won it 12-4. On Thursday in Arlington, Cal Ripken made his long-awaited return from the disabled list, came back after missing 22 games with a back problem. He committed one of Baltimore's 5 errors as they lost 15-7 to Texas. It was Cal's first career stint on the DL. His consecutive game streak played last year ended at 26-32, 2,632 games. After 1 month absence on the DL, Alex Rodriguez is back in the lineup for Seattle. He returned in grand style, hitting a solo home run in his first at-bat. A-Rod underwent surgery on April 9th to repair torn cartilage in his left knee. Now, the home run was his first of the season. Now, while the Orioles and Mariners are happy to have the services of Ripken and A-Rod back in their lineups, the news continues to get worse around the league. Now, a right knee problem has kept Bobby Bonilla out of the New York Mets lineup this season, but it's an injury to his left knee that put the outfielder on the 15-day disabled list. Now, in Anaheim, Tim Salmon becomes the 10th Angel to go on the DL this season. The right fielder sprained his right wrist while diving for this fly ball in the 4th inning of a game against the White Sox on May 3rd. Now, he was placed on the disabled list Tuesday. The wrist was placed in a short arm cast for 3 weeks. Now, Salmon adds to the list of injured Angels, and they include right-hander Jason Dixon with a right shoulder problem, shortstop D. Sarcina, left forearm, center fielder Jimmy Edmonds, multiple problems, right-handed pitcher Mike James with a shoulder, and right-hander Jack McDowell also with a right shoulder problem. Moving closer to first pitch at the Vet, the Mets and the Phillies still in front of us, the home runs of the week. Right now, our Millennium Moment, celebrating baseball's past. We get back with Doug Glanville again, and he tells us about a baseball moment that he'll always cherish.
There was a lot. I mean, you know, probably opening day last year was it stood out a lot. Just to come back here, first time home game, I mean, that was something else. And just the way the game ended, too, was like, you know, it was something I'll never forget. My parents were here. But there's a lot of moments. I mean, baseball has been exciting, you know, it's had the ups and downs. And I think the first time I played at the Vet was in college, so that was something that I also thought about Villanova, and I came out on the, you know, the turf. So, but, you know, I'd probably say opening day was pretty strong.
Talk is cheap. All the candidates for mayor talk about violence, but Dwight Evans is standing up to get guns off our streets. They talk about schools, but Dwight Evans started a public charter school in his own neighborhood. And while they talk about jobs, Dwight Evans pulled people together and revitalized Ogontz Avenue. The Inquirer, May 4th. If Philadelphians want a mayor who has already shown that he knows how to deal effectively with the major crises facing the city, then Dwight Evans should be their man. Dwight Evans, mayor.
Montreal Expos, May 24th, 25th, 26th. Colorado Rockies, May 28th, May 29th, Photo Night. May 30th, Scott Rowland Bammer Bear. Call 215-463-1000.
Ain't nothing like living the wild life.
I got it!
Yeah.
I got it!
Ah, the animal attraction. Yeah, that animal magnetism. Hear the call of a single. We hungry. Witness the wonders of the wild. Bow wow. Walk on the wild side weekdays with Living Single.
Weeknights at 7:30 and 11 on UPN 57.
Now here's the answer to our trivia question. This current coach for the Mets was part of a trade that sent Kurt Flood, Tim McCarver, Joel Horner, and Byron Brown from St. Louis to Philadelphia for Dick Allen, Jerry Johnson, and this man. His name, Cookie Rojas, second baseman. And Rojas, from 63 to 69 with the Phillies, was named the Phillies' greatest second baseman in voting during baseball's centennial year in 1969. Welcome back, everybody. Time now to take a look at the Big Boppers, the Fence Busters, and the Muscle Men, the guys who went deep in our home runs of the week.
Right-handers not much better, but at least 235 with 6 home runs.
Perez hits it a long way, deep left field, and it is gone! Wow!
Manny Ramirez, deep drive left field off Todd Jones, goodbye.
There it goes. That's what everybody was waiting for. A two-run bomb by Canseco.
Rips it deep right field. Forget about it. Gone. Wow. Nelson, deep fly, deep right center. He's done it again.
Talk about some long clouds. How about Jay Bell still atop the list? Raul Mondesi right there. Matt Williams coming on strong, and Fernando Tatis hanging in as well. Giles still on the list with Roland and Jeff Bagwell. Look for a big finish from Bagwell. In the American League, can't be surprised at this. Ken Griffey Jr. with 13 leading the way. Canseco. David Bell is still there. Sean Green, Fred McGriff with a resurgence of his career, and Manny Ramirez with 10. Coming up, Phillies and the Mets. It'll be Oral Hershiser trying to get his recent going straightened out. 2-3 with a 6.75 ERA against Paul Byrd, who's won 2 of his last 3 games, and he's pitched pretty well. It's coming up next here on UPN 57. For our crew, I'm Dave Sims. Thanks for watching Phillies Weekly. Have a great Sunday and enjoy the game, folks. We'll see you next week.
Tell me to chill out.
An ex-con battles a drug lord who framed him.
I've been waiting for a long time.
There's just one shot for his end.
Bullet is mine.
Tupac Shakur, Mickey Rourke, Bullet. Then at 8, an inner-city kid is dragged into crime.
Do you care whether you live or die? I don't know.
Will he survive to see another day?
The hunt is on, and you're the prey.
Tyrone Turner, Jada Pinkett, Menace to Society. It's survival on the streets. Tonight at 6 on UPN 57.
Expect more in May on UPN.
19 deep-cover CIA operatives have been terminated.
First on an all-new 7 Days, when Frank Parker goes back in time to stop an assassin, he'll fall into the arms of a killer babe.
I don't want to hurt you, Mr. Parker, unless you want me to.
Then on an all-new Voyager, an alien bomb takes control of the Doctor's mind.
I am programmed to destroy my target.
And unless someone can disarm it, it's going to be an explosive showdown.
Wednesday, starting at 8 on UPN 57.